Still. Game 3. Game 3 of the last series. Yes. It was. But no, this is indeed the first series where we really see sort of how the numbers affect everything. Obviously, a lot of numbers were changed. Many more, of course, than listed in the patch. That's because that summarization, 20% reduction on many talents. That can mean a whole lot of things, and we're going to see how that comes into action. Samel's getting low, but he's got no tail by his side. Comes in with the Ink Swirl, and they'll kill off S4. Samel keeps it cool. He had the 1 charges. And again, as the Morph, he's going to be able to shift down low, take another tango, get some regen out, and should remain pretty safe in this lane. 33 CS. Mid lane starting to be a bit of an edge for Limp. He's getting just that little bit more than Wish, but it still continues to be incredibly close between these two as they continue to farm, push out. We should be able to see Wish able to easily utilize these camps towards the side. He's actually going to pop the invis on the hope that the room was bottom, but the room was top. Yeah, so I think if anything though, he's going to be tempted just to hang around mid. No real need to move to a side lane yet, as the Kunkka just continue to soak it all the free farm. Top lane as well. They get an Ink Swirl initiation onto S4, but Notel goes in pretty low for it. Ends up losing his own life as the Male isn't able to capitalize on that play and actually finish S4 off. S4's going to be able to live and get himself a bit of action. See if they've got the damage for this. Not going to be able to get the combo off the X mark into the boat. Have they got any more control? They have. The Ink Swirl pops, and so does Limp's life. OG make the moves, get the kill on the DK, and can put some pressure onto that mid tower. Wish phase boots complete.
It's under attack.
Yeah, instant reaction, and you see sort of how much damage was done to OG's tower. Not a lot at all. Able to greatly limit what Limp could get done with that first use of the ult. Obviously with supports making moves, Samel. And it's getting low. He is. Samel with a straight up outplay. He doesn't need no supports up there. He knows his limits, and S4 misreading the potential there of Samel's Morph as he's able to take him down solo. Obviously down bottom. But he was able to set up there with the duel. Didn't get the dual bonus damage, but the initiation allowed for the follow-up silence from Notel to lock down Hansken long enough to get that kill. 6-3, 1k lead. I'm going to see Limp pop this invis and start moving towards the top. He's going to have Elder Dragon form back up. Samel is not an easy kill though. Yeah, as a DK, you've got to be very lucky, you know, to maybe catch him shifting incredibly high into the Agi, but it looks like it's not going to happen. Limp's going to back away, start moving back towards the mid lane. Doesn't want to miss out on any sort of farm. I mean, he's going to be chasing Nico. He's hiding in the trees. He's starting to take the benefit of the Shadow Dance, so he's getting a little healed up. Seb trying to get in range for that duel, but the pounce is available once more, and Nico Baby is able to survive. Gets back. He's also picked up the phase boots, so he's got a bit of an easier way of sort of dipping and diving in and out of the action. And he's going to try and cross on towards Seb, but won't actually be able to catch him. And just need to be careful without a Shadow Dance for 50 seconds. And Seb having the threat of the duel. Quick duel into TP could spell the demise of this Slark.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
You wanted that.
Radiant are scanning.
No, for sure, it's. And if you're not looking at your bat being able to initiate, who's the one jumping forward? Sure, your Slark can go in first, but as you mentioned at the start, there's a lot of things that Nico Baby's got to be careful about if he looks to start fights himself. A lot of, you know, a couple of ways that OG can counter the Slark.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Bounty!
I was going to mirror that of Sumail coming in with the TP. Dave behind the tier 1 tower. Nico Baby does jump forward onto Saxa, but he's hiding in the trees. Sumail's going to start showing himself underneath this tower, though. Still hard for Alliance to make a play onto it. As long as Sumail's going to be hot with the shift, I don't know if they can kill this Morph. He's going to start getting all the HP back up with these 2 TPs. Alliance, they've got to really think through if they want to stick around it. The Boast coming in, providing that buff towards OG. The Soulbind locking in both S4 and Limp together. They've got the Supernova stun. It will be successful and does catch out Wish, but he's a Kunkka. He is tanky and still with that run protecting him. He's able to head in the tree, still has a Fairy Fire and a pretty full wand. A dive away is attempted by Hanskin, but he's pulled in by the Ether Remnant. Sumail goes in with the Wavefall. Now they can turn their attention over towards Limp. Limp posts the 1 charges. No-Tail using the creep to set up as the Inkswell will catch Limp. They've got the setup. Sumail turns into the DK to use the Dragon Tail stun against him. Limp is tanky. The Ether Remnant from Saxa is off the mark. They've got the silence. They're still trying to dive forward onto this. They get the hit with the nuke. Swish getting the angle for the Tidebringer. Sumail goes in with the Breathe Fire. A few more hits won't quite do it. Limp will live. And there's been time for FNG to TP in or throw a few impetuses over the way of Sumail. Extra TPs coming in from Alliance. S4 watching from the side. No lasso available. So Sumail's able to waveform away successfully. Will live. OG, they don't lose the Morph. They don't quite get a potential kill there. That missed Remnant from Saxa costing them the chance on Limp's life.
Regeneration.
Yep. And it really does, you know, feel like a bit of a sign of maybe things to come. The fact that you have that commitment onto Sumail's Morph, you can't burst him. You know, they just don't have the tools, the initiation to catch him in 100-0. He's always going to be able to get the strength shift off. He's 3-0-2 so far. His free farm continues, top net worth as the Morphling. And it's going to be ever so hard for Alliance to shut that down. They've got to have some sort of way of getting in and catching him off guard. That would potentially be the bat, but as we've said, S4's start to this game has been so slow, it's going to be a long time before he has any sort of item that's going to allow them to have a chance of killing the Morph.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think all the pressure. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you get on top of him, he's going to be taken straight out of the lockdown. That's the trouble. I think you've just the slug. This is the only factor that I can see maybe being able to turn around team fights. If, you know, we are getting these fights where Nico Baby doesn't get taken out immediately, he's able to start racking up the essence shift stacks, getting up to the 10-20, and start beating on some of these, you know, high HP heroes, these really tanky heroes like the Kunkka and the Legion. Up to a point where, you know, they can't fight back with him, they can't 1v1 with him. Maybe this Slark can pop off and take over team fights, but it's going to take it feels like a lot of misplays from OG and where they don't burst Nico Baby or initiate on him. And talking about the man, he has got Shadow Dance, so should be able to play his way out of this. Pops it, but they've got so much AoE and control, it doesn't actually matter. They rip him apart through the ultimate, and they'll also take down Hansken's courier bonus. Oh, it does. That's an excellent.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning.
And they've got themselves a grab. They walk in with the duel. If they got the damage, the bonus damage, they don't, but they'll kill him after it ends. In they come. Alliance still trying to fight this. The Soulbind locking in Limp and FNG. They turn towards Seb. They should be able to kill off the LC here. Seb trying to run away, but the impetus will finish him off. So Alliance able to take something away from OG there as Seb oversteps the mark. It's something.
Now. Your admiral is on board.
Yeah.
Bounty.
these sort of major item pickups for the cause of OG are going to play real havoc with what Alliance wants to do. This Halberd for Wish, very nearly finished, and Samael, the Lincolns, it's pretty much done. So you get these two items on these two cores. They're probably not going to die. You just sort of have to straight up look at the numbers the Alliance's heroes do in terms of damage, and it just doesn't add up to the point where these core heroes on OG are actually going to fall to the attacks from Alliance. Okay. See, they do the initiation on Seb, straight in with the Dragon Tail. Seb's in trouble, he starts to heal himself up, but Nico Baby's on top, a few more hits, they'll get the Legion, but the boat comes crashing down, no connection, but does buff up the team with the run. They turn towards Hasken, Hasken waveforms away, but the right clicks from Samael follow through, kill off the Phoenix. Alliance, they're still trying to fight off for this. Samael is building up the strength, turns into the bat, tries to knock the back, put the flame rate, but they've caught him out. They've outplayed Samael, he's messed up, he turned into the bat and was unable to shift any higher in the strength, so he is dead. Alliance getting a huge kill. What else more can they find? Nico Baby still pushing on, has the Shadow Dance, turns towards Wish, Wish able to pull him back with the X mark. Nico Baby won't be able to chase down the Kunkka because of this, but they do also find No Tail in the trees. Alliance able to do it there with that blink pickup from Limp, catch OG by surprise. I mean, it looked like potentially maybe they would just get Seb out of that, but the fact that Samael committed like he did and did end up going down, that's a huge pickoff for Alliance to find.
Years of my delight. Kill Hall!
Of course, that fight did occur before Samael had the completed Lincoln, so he now has that on him. So those sort of situations where Lasso grabs him like that, a lot less likely to happen. I see towards mid, S4. They're going to be able to jump in on him. Remnant's out, blocking off any sort of escape. Seb's able to jump up in. No duel for a few seconds, but they won't need it to kill off the bat. S4 falls.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Now there's a... Oh, but they're doing it. I mean, I guess the end of the day morph just hits so darn hard. If you're able to sort of tank and allow Samael to go to work with full agi, you are going to be able to do it. They are starting to move over. See if they can get in. Roche falling. A few more seconds until it goes. Limp's able to find the jump in on the outside. Gets on top of No Tail. They're looking for Screamstroke. Samael committing onto the Roche. They'll finish it off and they'll grab the Aegis on the morph. Disarm onto the Slug. Nico Baby's got to back off for now. Dive forward from Hansken. Not wanting to commit the Supernova yet. They've killed off No Tail. Can they get more? They try with the Dragon Tail onto Samael, but the Lincolns blocks it. Alliance, they found one kill. Sax is still poking around with Nico Baby on the side. Seb maybe looking to get back in, has Jewel at the ready. They look for the X mark initiation onto FNG. OG still trying to read the situation. Alliance, they do stand strong side by side, and it will put OG off from jumping in and trying to find anything more. So Alliance, they will stop themselves from losing any lives. Yeah, at least give some sort of way, an additional way of trying to bring down this morph, but still not easy to do. Yeah, S4's out of here, not risking anything. Knows how important it is for him to get that blink done. Be able to head back over and secure that outpost back there, what, before the 20-minute mark?
Has been killed. Dire's courier has been killed.
FNG. See if they've got the burst to bring him down. They do. Seb's able to get in as well. Pick up a bit of the old plus 18 for his duel bonus.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They're going to try for it. They do manage to get the pullback with the Ether Remnant into the Dragon Tail stun that Samael's able to utilize against the DK. They'll burst him. Limp's dead. Quick play from OG, seeing an opportunity to get in onto the DK. Limp feeling confident as that Dragon Knight under the tier 2 tower that they wouldn't be able to burst him, but they do have the ability to do so, bringing in all 4 of them. S4 does come over towards mid with an invis.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And how we're seeing Nico Baby's items progress. He has completed his S and Y, so yeah, he's.
Come on, sprites.
Yeah, he's a pretty thick slot. Oh. I mean, S4's gone for the last one to no-tail. He'll get him the kill. Will surely cost him S4's life, and it does. They get the trade. Samael zits forward with the waveform, but Nico Baby's around. Nico Baby getting held to the side by the Ether Remnant. Again, pulled off away, so he cannot commit onto Samael. Samael given the space to back up and set. He's looking for a chance to get back in and he'll find it. Jumps in, gets the duel onto Nico Baby. Hanskin trying to go with the supernova from the side, but the Slug, he's already dead. They'll lose the Slug. Their Aegis does go down in return for it, but they don't mind that at all, OG. Killing off Nico Baby, the one big threat the Alliance have, is a huge find for them. Seb immediately moving down mid to skip the creeps, allow OG to push onto the tier 2. FNG still playing outside of the base, and Samael, Saxa, they're on top of him, they're bringing back. It's another kill for Samael to pick up. 5-1 and 7 now in the morph. S4's trying to poke around with Seb. It's hard to go on this Legion. Every time he's just going to have press the attack to heal himself back up. OG continuing with the push.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
On bottom, Hanskin. He's going to show himself. Saxa's going to reach out with the Remnant, but Hanskin dives away. Doesn't want to take any risks down here, knowing that OG is around. S4, about 400 gold, and the blink will be there. They'll go for the smoke up Alliance, see what sort of catch they can find. They know that Samael obviously has no longer got that Aegis.
Middle tower is under attack.
So finding him would be huge. Nico Baby joining the forces as well as S4 and Limp hide in the trees. Looks like they're going to use Nico Baby as the bait here. We'll see how effective that is. This is a deep move. Can they pop the Linkers and grab him in time? No, instantly with a waveform. Samael's able to get away, and this whole movement is put to an end. Seth jumps forward, looks for the duel. Nico Baby up in the high ground has managed to isolate the supports of OG. Takes out the Hotel. Lim goes with the Dragon Tail onto Saxa. FNG throws out the impetus. Saxa will be able to zip away with the Astral Step. The impetus still flies through, and in fact, Hanskin's there with the extra damage to offer. Saxa, he will fall, but the egg does as well. It's a 2 for 2. Wish pops his BKB, now comes to an end. Nico Baby, he still wants to move forward onto this, but the disarm from the Halberd. He's got to jump back out. Limp goes in with the Dragon Tail. Nico Baby, can he get back in on this? They cannot, because Seb, he's in. The dual control, it destroys the Slug. As Nico Baby will fall, and now things will start to crumble once again for Alliance in this team fight. Both FNG and Limp just trying to get out of it. Limp will be able to blink out in the trees and make it away, but FNG, he can run, but he cannot hide. One more blast from Samael. Actually, not quite enough damage there. He's going to live. All right. FNG, he's a liver. Oh yeah, they might still get him. They might, well, no, S4 and Limp have come back in, so it's a little hard to reach forward for the Ench.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Yeah, all 3 cores are just so hard to kill.
Waters rise.
See bottom. There's jump in. Duel onto FNG. Can they pop him in time? They cannot. In fact, he will live for now. Guess they heal up, but the boat comes crashing in and will end his life. The silence onto Nico Baby, but he's able to bite the bug off. Jump out with the pounce. Nico Baby will live. Wish still trying to see if he can get a grab. The X mark is back up. Nico Baby hiding in the trees, using the fog to his advantage, and will manage to sneak away back towards the base. But again, it's 2 deaths again. Alliance losing heroes. OG still able to just push Alliance right back in towards the base. Many objectives for... Yeah, they could take what they want. These tier 2s on the side lanes are going to be looking juicy for OG. Alliance, they've got to find some way of fighting. Samael? They got him! They got him! They got the man! He was alone, the jump was there, Linkers popped, and they did it! They killed Samael's morph. He's off the game for a full minute. Can they get anything with this? Down bottom, Seb. The lockdown's there. Is it going to be enough? Nico Baby gets the chance to put the Shadow Dance. Now he's going to start turning and fighting back. He looks towards Saxa. He's got the pounce ready. Will be used up. Can they kill him with this Void Spirit in time? No, Saxa is going to get another remnant off the Dark Pact. Nico Baby's continuing to move forward. Saxa will fall as well as No-Tail. Alliance, they're striking back. And S4, he's seeing if he can get the chase onto Seb. Seb, he's still running. S4, he's got Blink. He hasn't got a lasso though, and he won't die for this. Seb's able to get away, but Alliance able to maximize perfectly off that kill they get on Samael. They turn it instantly into 2 more. You know, Nico Baby, he is continuing to get closer and closer to the farm of OG's cause. They still need a fair few fights like this, but maybe this Slark could be the power that can carry Alliance through this incredibly tough game.
Dire are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
No, not so. Yeah. I mean, Alliance, they are coming out around this mid lane to try and find something. They're going to get the jump on Seb. Instantly in with the Dragon Tail stun. Dark Pact removes the Yule. Seb pounced up. They'll kill off the Legion. Soulbind does come in onto Nico Baby, but Nico Baby's able to take the bug off, and he wants to turn. Wish pops the BKB, trying to come in onto Handskin, but he hasn't got quite enough damage alone to kill him. They turn over towards No-Tail. This is going to be another pick-off that Nico Baby's able to get involved in. He gets the Dragon Tail. He gets sent by Seb. With that press the attack, Samael able to turn into the Slark and pounce away. Looking towards S4, but S4 keeps himself at a distance over the cliff. Nico Baby still with the Shadow Dance, good to go. Moving in onto Wish. Wish backs away. Dragon Tail catches him. Yules from Saxa holds back Limp, but they're chasing in onto this Kunkka. Nico Baby coming through from the side to make sure he heals back up. Seb goes for the duel onto the back, but the heal's there from Handskin. The Sunray is healing the back up, and Seb, he's going to be the one to fall. It's another kill for Alliance. Jump over onto the Kunkka. Wish is getting low. He's got no BKB. He's got no hope. Alliance again getting the kills and able to outplay OG in a game where OG, they have full control of this from sort of the early game into the mid, but Alliance, they're turning it around. Nico Baby is coming online, and he's closer and closer now towards his Satanic. They're pushing in, and they're winning these fights against a lineup that, as we said, this is not easy for Alliance to do, but they're playing it to the maximum here.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant are scanning.
Now, that is not an easy thing to do. They are really, you can tell how focused Alliance are right now. Minimal mistakes to be made. They're playing it tight, and this Aegis and Cheese, it will be theirs. Yeah. Oh, and a Paladin sword too. beautiful. Oh, baby. Oh, Nico. But Satanic and Paladin sword, and oh my goodness, this Slark, you know, as I say, you know, this was, I always saw that this maybe could have been a chance. You know, we talk about the Morthus hero that you got to sort of 100-0 at the start of the fight, otherwise it'll take over. This Slark, it's exactly the same case, the same problem that OG have against Alliance. If they don't kill Nico Baby at the beginning and he gets up to like the 20 stack point, this Slark will just take over the team fights. Once the BKBs wear off from like the Kunkka, you're just essentially this sack of meat that the Slark's just going to keep punching into and getting to a point where the rest of the team cannot kill him. There's a few times where Seb is trying to start things and he's ended up giving his life up and Wish. He goes for the BKB-TP, but indeed S4 turning up in time. It's going to be another kill for Alliance. OG, they're starting to break down here, and Alliance getting some real momentum as now they take the net worth advantage. Nico Baby continue to build up these permanent essence shift stacks. Now OG, yeah. Yeah, even like the smaller items, you know, FNG picks up a Vlad suddenly now. You know, this Slark, he's going to have lifesteal on top of lifesteal. You know, as long as Nico Baby can hit targets, which he should be able to, right? He's got that status resistance, so the disarm is less of a worry for him. They've got to kill this Slark. They don't kill him, this Slark's going to win the game.
Invisibility.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I got it, yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, here's your comeback. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So we're seeing it here. And you know what's even better? We might have a comeback of the comeback. You know, this game, you know, Alliance, they've got some power right now, but that's not to say that OG are out of this. They're not at all. There's still that Morph sat at the top. You know, he is the sort of the big end game be all end all carry, and it is of course Samel on the keyboard. So you know he knows what to do. So no, without a doubt, yeah. Oh, he struggled. He really was. He really was. Yep. No, I think I feel like that's sort of the certain offlaners that really are very good at that. I mean, sort of two that come to mind, maybe S4 and Zai, you know, these sort of offlaners, we've all seen them. They have games, they start off in lane, you know, they die 5 times in a row. Everyone's typing lull, everyone's like, what the hell's going on? And then, you know, these guys, they don't get tilted. Can you imagine S4 or Zai getting tilted or angry? No, they don't get angry. That is not an emotion that they as human beings can actually process. They keep their cool, they hit the jungle, they make the moves with the limited tools they have, and they come back into the game. And you know, as you said, you know, he's having more impact than Seb. And Seb had a free start, right? And we've seen what the last few fights, Seb, he's just died at the start. He's struggling, whereas S4, he's starting to climb into his element. No, I think you're absolutely right. You know, Seb, he's got a sort of, I mean, because OG, they've got other ways of initiating, right? I feel like Seb doesn't have to go in with the duels. Sure, the Slark's sort of a different concept, you know, to catch the Slark, Seb does kind of have to be the one to go on him. But for the other heroes, you know, they have the setup, the Yules into the Ether Remnant, or even sort of the X-Mark combo from the Kunkka, you know, many ways to sort of start the fight without Seb having to go in, so Seb can sit back and be there to provide the press, the attack to save the other cores that do get initiated on by Alliance. But Yeah, well, we'll see how Seb does play it through, and then the next few engagements, because dying as early as he has done so far has definitely been a real hit to the OG team fight potential their lineup has. Yeah, just unfortunate pause here. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, what kind of stuff we got going on? I'm trying to find what's the best one this game. Any good? Well, obviously no longer good because they've been turned down. +5. I don't think we're ever going to see anybody take that. +5. That's the sort of talent where, you know, you could, yeah, +5 agility. My goodness. And might as well be +5 in, you know. So more people will probably take that. Plus. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that seems just so low. That's like, what, how much is a jelly, right? A jelly gives you, what, 1? It's like, it's just only slightly better than a jelly. I mean, jelly is pretty good. Jelly is pretty good. Not kidding. But what have we got? We've got some, who's drawing on the map? Who's writing this stuff? Wait, hang on, that's a room. Oh. No, Samael wrote Sexa very, you know, cleverly, you know, trying to put a twist on Saxa's name to really sort of sell the attraction of him. I don't know. I've got a few wiggles here down on the bottom lane. Not quite sure if you beautiful people can see this at home. Oh, we have a game of noughts and crosses starting off. Oh, I think that's one of the observers. I'll play. Oh, wait. Okay, I've gone for Cirque. Okay. Oh, he's okay. I'm playing the noughts, by the way. Oh, what? He's cheating. What is this? Well, imagine that nowadays you can't have a nice, honest game of noughts and crosses in the chat. Disappointed there by whichever commentator was that. Be sure to have discussions after the game, but the game will resume. Thank you very much for all you beautiful viewers at home sticking around whilst we did have that short break. But it is over, and it is short, and I can guarantee there won't be any more breaks this game until there is a break, and then that guarantee is no longer valid. A 3k lead. No, it's always interesting to see sort of out of the pause change anything, because I would think out of anything at these two teams, I feel like OG would be able to the ones to make the most of a pause like that, because they can be like, look guys, we were winning this game, what we in the last few fights, let's not let it happen again. So we'll sort of see what OG's able to come in to the next bit of action with after that. Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, I like it. I like it. And not only right, so yeah, before the rapist Samael's got that Scardy done. Slark as well, also going for the Scardy over on Alliance's side. Nico, baby. So some big items coming out for the carries of both teams.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Not them. He's got the initiation. They get the Dragon Tail. They jump forward. The boat comes crashing down. Seb will be able to get back up to the high ground. They'll keep the Legion safe this time. Nico, baby, still looking to go in. He just heads up to the high ground. Does get to Sam. Nuke down low, but he pops the Shadow Dance. Who does he want to commit on? He turns towards Saxon. No, he's just back. Samael, he's committed in deep. Samael's got to be careful. The torrent has lit him up, but Samael on the front lines and he's dead. They're without the morph for 85 seconds. Samael does not have buyback. A BKB from Wish being used only in an attempt to get him away. Alliance, they can push up to the high ground with no warriors. Samael being up for the defense, and it's not over yet. Limp jumps in, initiation onto No-Tail. No-Tail buys back immediately. But Alliance, they're just killing them off, bullying OG back, and they're taking the high ground objectives. This tier 3 is gone, they're on towards the barracks. And I don't think OG can do anything without Samael. I mean, they could barely do anything with him.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Oh yeah, I mean, keep pushing on. There's no need for Alliance to leave this. They know how strong they are right now, and they know that there's very little that threatens them with how big Nico Baby is. They just cannot kill this Slark reliably, OG. He's far too tanky right now. And he's only just about to get tanky. The full Skadi on its way over to Nico Baby. Jump forward, limp. Gets the opening onto Seth. They move in with the slug. Just get pulled aside with the Remnant. Desfor tries to go in with the lasso. Saxa will escape. Nico Baby goes over towards him. Staying in. Another stun onto Saxa. The Void Spirit will fall. Saxa does have buyback, but with Seb dead, it's another core out of the game. No buyback saved up on them. Limp jumps in immediately. This Dragon Knight, every single time. You know, we sort of talk about the power that Nico Baby has, but Limp's jumps with the Blink Dagger, they've been phenomenal. Ever since that first pickup down bottom, every single fight, Limp, he's been the one to start it. He jumps in, gets the action going. They're in onto Wish. Wish pops the BKB. Nico Baby, he's still able to stand his ground. He does now back away. Satanic online again in a second. So we can recommit if he wants to rely on the lifesteal to get him back up. They'll get the Ether Remnant onto him, but it doesn't matter. They cannot get in onto this slug. Again, another jump for Limp. Dragon Tail onto Wish. Wish is without the BKB. Nico Baby does back away because Seb, he's in, finds the duel, but the disarms. Seb, he's not going to kill off this slug in time. Slug's going to be fine. Seb's falling low. The impetus, the Spirit Vessel is ticking him down. He's trying to get back to base. Will Seb live? He will. The Fountain will save him, but the rest of OG, they're in shambles. Sumail getting pushed back. Another Vessel charge to take him out of this engagement. They lose Saxa, and OG, they're just throwing bodies at Alliance as Alliance clean them up. It's now a 15k lead for Alliance. They're 2 sets of racks up, and I don't see how OG can turn this one around now. Alliance, they've just taken over the second half of the game, and OG, they lost pretty much all of that power that they built up in the other game.
Step lively now. Your Admiral is on board.
Regeneration.
Step lively now. Your Admiral is on board.
Oh, they did. Ever since sort of like the first bad fight from OG, Alliance, there's been no sort of sitting back. It's been go, go, go. And OG, they just haven't been prepared for it.
Step lively now. Your Admiral.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, I mean, he's just, yeah, so farmed on this slot. Insanely farmed. I mean, maybe if Sumail could get a rapier, he can get some work done with that, but until he does, the burst combo, it's just not enough to deal with heroes like Slug, or the DK in that matter of fact. You know, two very tanky heroes. They've got a lot of HP to go through. DK naturally, and Slug, of course, with the stats that he's built up with the Zymes, 3,500 HP. You're not going to be able to sort of one-shot this man or get anywhere close to it. He's always going to get the chance to pop his spells. There we go. OG, they cannot afford for this smoke to go wrong. It's been too long since they were able to make something good for themselves happen. Are they going to be able to do it here? Seb showing mid. Nico Baby and Limp. Limp's just going to jump in onto Seb. Again, it's Seb showing in the lane. Limp's going to play around with Seb. Onto the backlines they go. They go for the quick and easy grab onto No-Tail with the lasso. They'll kill him off. Now Nico Baby turns his attention over towards Wish. Wish still has the BKB available. Tries to turn. He's trying to run. Nico Baby's going to stay hot on the tail of this Kunkka. He's not going to let Wish get anywhere. Jump forward again from S4. Knocks back Wish with the flame break. It's another kill for Nico Baby. Now he can move over towards Sumail. Sumail waveforms down, but Nico Baby's there waiting for him. The bash is in place. Sumail E-blades himself in an attempt to get out of there, but the Spirit Vessel, the magical damage is ticking him down low. The Supernova, it's ready to blow. Sumail's dead. Into the base. Wish is getting chased down after he brought back. This game, it's absolutely over. Alliance have just decimated OG in this second half. After a start, this really was turning it to the maximum, and they played at a tempo that I think OG were just surprised at. It just seemed like OG lost themselves for the last 20 minutes of this